Whether you're selling pints, pies, shirts, souvenirs, everything benefits from a team doing better. Hi, my name's Mick McCarthy and I'm a football coach, manager, currently managing the Republic of Ireland national team. I don't have any set routines that I sit down and do. But when I'm working in a club or now in a national team, in the environment that I'm in, I speak to people. I go and communicate with people. I don't sit down and have loads of meetings. We'll have a meeting about this and we'll have a meeting about that, because people get sick of meetings anyway. So I talk to the relevant people on a daily, hourly, weekly basis, wherever it might be. The physio I chat to every day, the coaches I chat, the fitness coach I chat to the players, and I communicate. And I think that helps me manage the club it helps me solve problems in doing that. And so I'm not sitting down worrying about too much when I go away. Pressure on a Saturday, it's what I love. I love going out there, I enjoy the hair sticking on the back of my neck. I don't regard it as stress. I drove past a lady at the toll booth in Dublin this morning and she sat at 6 o'clock taking money from me with the engine running of the car, probably coughing and spluttering. I'm thinking, and they say I'm stressed up? Not a chance. So yes, it's a very responsible position that we hold, but it's one of the most enjoyable positions that you'll ever get, especially as a footballer, ex-footballer and coach. So I don't know. I have no set. I play golf. I go out cycling. I keep fit. I have friends. I speak to them. And if that's all my mechanism for reducing the stress, then great. And I try to manage and get 5 hours sleep a night, which is really good. I think more now that the business side of it, I mean, having somebody giving you a budget and saying that you've got X amount to spend, it's pretty easy to do it. If you've got so much to spend and you want to sign 5 players, you break it down, that's fine. But it's actually where it's coming from, what it's affecting. Is it affecting the rest of the club? Is it affecting the academy? Is your budget solely down to that, or is it from out of the rest of the club? I mean, nowadays there are far brighter people, clever people, accountants, management consultants that are running football clubs than football managers. And football managers really ought to be coaches concentrating on what, when it all comes down to it, we generate those funds. The players, the managers, the coaches generate it. Let me tell you, if they're doing badly because of the coach, everybody's revenues drop down. So I understand it that much to know that my job is to make sure that the team performs, the staff perform, we get results, and a byproduct of that is everything else benefits, whether you're selling pints, pies, shirts, souvenirs, everything benefits from a team doing better. So the better we are and the better team is, the better the finances are. Yeah, well, we all get to do CPD. I do in management course and coaching courses. I do rail at that at sometimes when I'm at Ipswich. When I was at Ipswich and I had to drive 200 miles to go to a course when I was doing it. I was doing it 24/7 in a job for 20 odd years now. But since I've finished, I've been on the courses and I've really enjoyed it and I've benefited by them. So I think when you're doing it's tough to find time to do that as well. I think having been on some now, I would go and do it. But I think, as much as anything, taking it so seriously, spending so much time, you need to have a break from it as well. But having had a break, I've been on these CPD courses. I was at Saracens with the rugby. I was at Sandhurst recently, listening to speakers. Thoroughly enjoyed it. I would recommend it because you'll pick something up that will resonate with you, something that will stick with you, something that you will be able to use in your career. I don't know that I could take it less seriously when I took the job, or I'd be less passionate about it. That actually kind of upset my family for a bit, you know. So it did as well. I got so engrossed in it, so passionate about it, so upset by bad results that I think it had an effect on my life at the time. It was affecting my family's life, and thankfully I have a lovely wife, Fiona, who put some manners on me and highlighted that fact that it changed me, definitely. It did change me. But I don't think I could give anybody else that advice, not to be as passionate and as dedicated and as so wrapped up in it, because you do. So my advice would be to myself is try not to let it happen to you, but I think it probably would. Not at the clubs below the Premier League, there might be liaison officers, and certainly they do get psychologists into the club to help them with their performances. I'm not so sure that they're there in total with mental health, and I've experienced that. And I've a friend who's sitting there who brought into a club to work in that sphere when I was at Wolves, and I think it had a fair bit of success. Because I do think players suffer from things. I know they do, because I learned by that exercise, I learned from it what players are prepared to tell somebody that's not involved in the game, that is seen as a mentor, as a counsellor, that they can share with, that they won't share with me or with the coaches. And it was mind-blowing, some of it. It was life-changing for me. And I've seen it at other clubs where players are suffering from stress, mental health, and it is affecting their performance to even get out on the pitch. And I have helped players from that by recognising it, by them putting the correct procedures in place. And by the way, there's resistance to it by them and by family at times, but on both occasions, well, 3 or 4 occasions, it has helped, and they've actually benefited from it. But I'm not convinced. It's not in every club. No, it's not. And I keep saying, getting old, which I'm 60 now, gives me an insight I think that I didn't. No, it certainly gives me an insight I didn't have when I was 32 and I took the job. And I can recognise things better, and I accept things as well, that actually there are issues in football that when I was younger I'd have felt, get on with it. Well, I'm not now. I'm a father and a grandfather, and I'm better equipped to recognise it and actually do something about it. Do your level best to get in it, and it is for me, of course, I'm sat here as a manager, and something like, well, it's all right for you, you're a manager and you get paid loads and you're on the first team. Well, that wasn't always the case. I went through as an apprentice, sweeping the terraces, divoting the pitch, cleaning the boots, cleaning the toilets at Barnsley, listening to them train on a Monday morning. I'm divoting the pitch in the freezing cold. I went through my apprenticeship, and I would say, however you can get into it, and look where I've ended up, sat in here giving people advice on how to do it. My mother could see me now. She never thought it would happen. So, but that came out of me being an apprentice footballer, by being told I wasn't good enough. When I signed, I was told I wasn't good enough and I shouldn't have done it. I should have got a proper job. Well, you know, I've enjoyed proving all those people wrong all those years. So my advice to anybody, get in it, and who knows where it will take you. An analyst, sporting director, groundsman, divoting the pitch, groundsman at Wembley or at St George's Park or something. You don't know where it'll take you. There's great opportunities and you'll love it. And by the way, when you're in it, you'll whinge about it, because things will annoy you and things will upset you and things will frustrate you. And if you get out of it, you'll be whinging even more trying to get back in it. It's a great industry to be in.